So I've been self-publishing on Amazon KDP for over 80 years, and I've made well over 7 figures from it. And this is the #1 ghostwriting company that I recommend. And that company just came up with a major update that you probably want to hear about because it's going to save you a lot of money. So first off, what you want to look for in a ghostwriting company is obviously high quality writers that can cover all genres, plagiarism-free content, good communication and support, because you don't want to just make an order and they disappear for months. It happened to me multiple times in the past with different companies, so you definitely don't want that. You want fast delivery because you don't want these books to take months to write, right? I literally had ghostwriting companies that I made an order with that took 7 to 8 months to write a book, which is insane, okay? So you definitely don't want something like that happening. Next is the cost. You don't want it to be crazy expensive. You know, people can quote you $5,000, $10,000, even $20,000 or more to write a book, and it shouldn't cost that much, okay? And the last one is reputation and trust. You don't want to work with ghostwriting companies that are brand new because you don't know if they do a good job. So with that being said, this is the best ghostwriting company. Whether you're publishing nonfiction, fiction, children's books, maybe you just need someone to write blog posts for you. Just anything else when it comes to the ghostwriting category, this is the best one. And that is the Urban Writers. So they do a lot more than just ghostwriting. If you go to the services, they have fiction writing, they got content translation as well, SEO writing, so these are the blog posts, nonfiction package. They even got the AI nonfiction package. This is the craziest update that they've made that you want to hear about, which I will cover later on. And they have a lot of other stuff like editing, cover design, illustrations, but I mainly use them for the ghostwriting. For the ghostwriting, I can confidently say that they are the best. For book covers, to be honest, I'm not sure if they're the best because I've used Fiverr and different services that I talk about in this channel, and I've received book covers that was just as good, if not better, than what I've got from the Urban Writers for a cheaper price. So I don't know if I can confidently recommend the cover design and other services, but for ghostwriting, this is the best one. Now, why are they the best company? Well, let's go back to the points that we want to look for in a ghostwriting company. So we want high quality writers for all genres, right? We want someone that can cover perhaps like self-help books if you're trying to make that, or maybe fiction books or children's books. And they have a pool of high quality writers that can cover all that. They got a ton of writers in their database that when you make an order, they will start applying to your job and you can pick and choose whoever you want to work with. And they're all high quality, right? So that is like obviously the #1 thing that you want to look for in a ghostwriting company. #2 is plagiarism-free content. They will give you plagiarism reports at the end, which no other company does, so that you can confirm that it's plagiarism free. Okay. #3, good communication and support. They're the only company that allows you to work with the writer while the book is being written. Normally, you make an order and they will just disappear for a month or two, and then they will deliver the finished book, and then you have to read through it, make revisions, and go back and forth, which takes a lot longer. With the Urban Writers, you can communicate with the writer while the book is being written. So you can really make revision requests very quickly, and you can see the progress of the book a lot easier. Just makes things so much better. And they got good support too. They have fast delivery for that reason. They have reasonable cost, and now the cost of writing is literally cut in half with what I'm about to show you. And finally, they have great reputation and trust because they've been around for a long time. I know the owner. The owner actually started self-publishing around the same time as me, and he transitioned into selling ghostwriting services like this. But I know the owner. I've known him for literally 8 years. And the company itself has been around for a long time. They also have a Trustpilot page, and you can see that they have a ton of reviews and the review ratio is good. So going back to the site, to make an order, all you have to do is go to services, pick whatever package you want. In my case, I'm doing nonfiction, so I'm gonna click nonfiction packages. And you can scroll down and see different price points, right? Depending on the complexity of the topic, you might wanna order from the premium or the top package, right? Which is typically what I do, but there are cheaper packages out there. So as an example, I'm gonna click on start now for the premium package, and you'll have to create your free account right here. Once you do so, it's gonna look like this. Then you go to post a project, click on new project posting. I'm just gonna put test here. And you have the option to select bundles, which basically includes the book cover and a bunch of other stuff like audiobook narration. Typically, I don't choose this because once again, I like to order my book covers on another site like Fiverr or 99 Designs. But if you wanna test this out, you can. In this case, I would choose the individual package. I'll click on the book writing, click on nonfiction. And this is where it gets really cool. So over the years, since I've been doing self-publishing, the cost of ghostwriting has only gone up just because of inflation, right? Everything became more expensive, and that's normal. However, this is the first time in history where the ghostwriting cost has decreased significantly. And that is because the Urban Writer just came out with this option, which is AI generated manuscript. which literally cuts the cost of writing in half. So that is a 50% decrease in the cost of producing these books. You also get faster delivery because the writing is a lot easier for the ghostwriter as well. And keep in mind, this is only for nonfiction, but maybe in the future there will be a package for fiction or children's book, different book types as well. So to order, you just continue from here, right? Basically follow their prompts and you can choose the different package. I recommend you allow everyone to request, so different tiers of writer, right? Because sometimes there are good writers in the rising package, sometimes in the urban package. So just keep it open is what I recommend. And then from here, you just select the word count, your niche title, just send them the information. And once you post a project, you will get writers applying to your job saying that, hey, you know, I'm a writer in this niche. I can write this book. I'm confident. This is my resume. And you start talking to them, you can start checking out their samples. And if you think they're a good fit for your project, then you can move forward and start working with them. So with this package, the cost of writing is cut in half, which is cool. But the big question is the writing actually good? Because if they're just giving us a crappy AI written, you know, surface level information book, then it means nothing, even if it's cheap, right? So since I know the owner of the Urban Writers, I've been working with them for a long time, I asked them, how does this work exactly, right? How do they ensure quality? So this is what they told me. So the way it works is the writer uses the Dibbly Crate AI software to create a detailed outline. Dibbly Crate is their own proprietary AI writing software out there. I made a video on this in the past, so you guys can check it out. But basically, it's kind of like ChatGPT, but specifically for self-publishing, specifically for those who's doing Amazon KDP. So the ghostwriter from the Urban Writers will go and use Dibbly Crate to create a very detailed outline, and you will then review that and approve it. So only after you approve the outline will the writer go and, you know, start writing the book. So the writer will use Dibbly Crate once again to generate a draft for each chapter, and the writer will then go over those drafts to rewrite and improve the content, which is super important because if they're just doing Dibbly Crate, getting the outline and the draft, it's gonna be okay, but it's not gonna be a great book, right? We need a human to go over that content and make it better. So that's what the writer is doing here. They're gonna go over every single piece and rewrite and improve the content. Now, on top of that, once the writer is done with their work, the editor, another person will come in and they will go over the book to polish up even more, right? Picking up typos, picking up mistakes, those kind of things. And then finally, the Urban Writer will run a plagiarism check and they will deliver you the book once it passes. So with this process, there is 2 quality checks happening, once from the ghostwriter and another from the editor. But that doesn't mean that you should just trust them 100% and rely on their quality checks. You can also monitor their writing, which is one of the best parts about, you know, working with the Urban Writers, is that you can see the live progress of when they're writing the book, right? So you can just log into your account, see what they're writing, and right then and there, if you're not happy with the writing, and if you're not happy with whatever they're doing, just tell them so that they can make the revision. That is very important, and you have to make sure you do that. So a typical nonfiction book is usually 30,000 words, right? That's what we recommend. With the normal package, it's gonna cost you between $990 up to $1,347 if you're doing the premium writers, right? This is what we always did, which might scare you, but if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it is still cheap considering other ghostwriting companies, you know, or other ghostwriters are gonna charge you a lot more, right? But with the AI package, now this is cut in half. So it's $510 to $699 to write a 30,000 word nonfiction book. And this is an example of a nonfiction book doing $41 every single day. That means it is doing about $1,200 a month, meaning in 1 month, you can potentially recoup your investment. And obviously there are a lot of other books that are way more successful than that. So this is also a self-published ghostwritten book around 30,000 words or so. And this one is doing $1,643 every single day. Obviously not every book will do this crazy, but you know, the point is the potential is there. Even if you get a fraction of this every single day, the whole goal of publishing is to make some investments up front, make a really high quality book that's going to sell for a very, very long time. And over time, you will make your money back, right? However much you invested into creating these books, and so much more, because once you make your money back, everything you make is profit from there. This is another cost example. If you're doing a children's storybook, typically it's not 30,000 words. You can get away with much shorter word count. So typically these books are around 10,000 words. So with the normal packages, it would have cost you between $330 to $449. But with the AI package, it's $170 to $233. So that's crazy, right? You can get a whole book written a whole children's storybook, written in 170 to 200 bucks, which is a really good price. And considering the fact that these books can do really well as well, so this book right here is doing $802 every single day in royalties. So in conclusion, this is why the Urban Writers is the only ghostwriting company that I recommend, because they've been around for a long time. They have great reputation. They're not going to do anything shady like other companies. They have great support and communication. They're constantly improving and coming up with new things, and they also have great price. So if you guys want to check out the Urban Writers, the link is in the description below. And also in the description, you have a link to my complete Amazon KDP program. Inside the program, I do show you how to use the Urban Writers to create a high quality book that's going to sell for years. So if you guys want to check it out, once again, the link is below this video. So if you enjoyed the video and if you enjoy me keeping up to date with these, changes happening in the Amazon KDP space, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.